The biggest development in the aftermath of the bloodshed in Ladakh is that Prime Minister Modi today has sent out a totally no-nonsense message to China after what has happened in the Galwan Valley in Ladakh. Prime Minister Modi has made it clear that India will not hesitate to hit back if provoked. And of course, this is a provocation, so you've got to read between the lines. He further stated that India's integrity and sovereignty is of utmost importance and that there will be no compromise on that. While paying tribute to the fallen soldiers, 20 in all, Prime Minister Modi said, very importantly, that their sacrifice will not go in vain. Modi said that the nation is proud of the fact that India's soldiers died fighting the Chinese and killing them. Prime Minister Modi, Home Minister Amit Shah and other chief ministers also maintained 2 minutes silence in honor of the Indian Army braves of Ladakh.
इस बारे में किसी को भी जरा भी भ्रम या संदेह नहीं होना चाहिए। भारत शांति चाहता है, लेकिन भारत उकसाने पर हर हाल में यथोचित जवाब देने में सक्षम है। मैं देश को भरोसा दिलाना चाहता हूं, हमारे जवानों का बलिदान व्यर्थ नहीं जाएगा। हमारे लिए भारत की अखंडता और संप्रभुता सर्वोच्च है और इसकी रक्षा करने से हमें कोई भी रोक नहीं सकता। और हमारे दिवंगत शहीद वीर जवानों के विषय में देश को इस बात का गर्व होगा कि वे मारते मारते मरे हैं।
I want to go across to the first journalist who's reached Ladakh on the back of this violence that has taken place in the Galwan Valley. Gaurav Sawant is with me live from Leh. He's only a couple of 100 kilometers away from where the blood was spilled on Monday night. Also with us is our defense editor, Abhishek Bhalla. Gaurav, to you first. Prime Minister Modi sending out a no-nonsense message saying the deaths of these 20 men will not go in vain. What is the mood on the ground right now? This is very much a situation that is in flux. There is a great question mark over what India's response is going to be. What are you picking up from the ground, Gaurav?
Shiv, there is a quiet resolve that India will respond, and India has been responding. Remember, Indian troops, and you know this better, Shiv, Indian troops were there to verify the Chinese withdrawal. So it's Chinese deceit. Chinese said they will withdraw, but then they attacked. There was a response immediately. We've had casualties on our side. They've had casualties on their side. The brigade commanders remain in conversation. The division commanders remain in conversation. At the same time, India is also sending that message across that the sanctity of the line of actual control has to be maintained and our troops will stay deployed. Not only are our troops staying deployed, Shiv, because we are here on ground zero, we cannot give out exact statistics and details, but there is massive movement of men and material, warlike stores, defensive position, I'm told in some places, not so defensive in others, is what sources tell India today. So India's not on the back foot. India's not going to take it on the chin. India's giving it back. If we've had 20 casualties, they've, according to some reports, have had more than 45 casualties. They may or they may not declare it. But 2020 is not 62. The ball is in China's court, and the Prime Minister has made it very clear India's integrity will be maintained at all cost. The soldiers will enforce this, but perhaps this will have to be a wider national effort, Shiv.
Wider national effort, and I want to welcome onto our coverage Sushmita Dev of the Congress Party, because remember the Prime Minister today has called for an all-party meeting on the 19th of June at 5 p.m. I'll bring Sushmita in a moment. We're going to have Aman Sinha of the BJP also with us, but I want to bring in our National Affairs editor Rahul Srivastav first to get in a word from him on this. A big all-party meeting at 5 p.m. on the 19th of June, Rahul. What are you hearing about that? This appears to me a clear signal that India is about to take some very big decisions, and this is about taking everyone along. This is no longer BJP Congress, this is India versus China, and the Modi government wants to take everyone into confidence about what could be perhaps some big turning point decisions in relations between the two countries.
Shiv, over the last 1 month, if you look at what has been transpiring in the region where there is a conflict, not once we have heard that the government source is saying that this is not serious. There is a certain seriousness that the government is attaching to what the Chinese are trying to do in that very area. And given that, if you look at the tone and tenor which has been set, and today, if you listen to what the Prime Minister has said, he's talked about capability. He has talked about capability. He says that it will not go in vain. There is not saber-rattling, but a certain sense of caution, resolute determination, which is emerging from what the Prime Minister has said, and also what the Cabinet Committee on Security yesterday decided, that there is going to be absolutely no compromise as far as the sovereign territory of India is concerned. Now, in that, woven is an argument if what the Chinese aggression goes beyond what it has happened tomorrow, if there is an increase in the hostility from the Chinese side, India will be taking it on, and India will be defending the territories. In that, there has been a tradition in the country of the government taking the opposition or all political parties in what is called a sense of the nation. Be it Narasimha Rao time, Atal Bihari Vajpayee period, India has a tradition of doing that. The opposition was demanding answers. The Prime Minister has spoken, but I think a broader national consensus to present domestically and globally to counter what China is doing is expected from the 19th. And that's where I think really the catch is, somewhere the government does not intend to back down on what China is doing as far as India's territory is concerned.
We have the names of all the soldiers who've lost their lives, who've been killed in action in this treacherous border brawl that was premeditated by China. I'm going to play those on the right-hand side of your screen. You'll see the names of each and every one of those soldiers. And we, all of us here, I know, join me in offering our deepest condolences to the families of these 20 brave men who died fighting on a lonely ridge up in the Himalayas of Ladakh. Aman Sinha of the BJP also joining us live. Abhishek Bhalla, our defense correspondent, is with us. Breaking news coming in, Chief of the Army Staff, General Manoj Mukund Naravane, and all ranks salute the supreme sacrifice of the valiant soldiers of Galwan. It's a statement just out from the Indian Army. We offer our deepest condolences to the families and stand strong in our resolve towards protecting the sovereignty and integrity of our country. Their sacrifice will not go in vain. For the second time, Abhishek, the phrase sacrifice will not go in vain, coming through, and these are words that are never used lightly. The Prime Minister has used them first, and now you've got the Army Chief using the same words. Sacrifice will not go in vain, Abhishek.
Shiv, it's a clear indicator of what the message to each troop on the ground is and to each commander on the ground is. You know, we've been talking about this, that since yesterday there have been several meetings in the security establishment, be it the defense minister chairing these meetings. He's in consultation with the three service chiefs as well as the chief of defense staff. Every update going to the Prime Minister. And the message has been very clear that Chinese aggression will not be tolerated. There's no need to back off because it appears that, as far as that disengagement was concerned, there was somewhere, some trust deficit, because whatever was being discussed between the two armies, between commanders on the ground, that did not translate. And that's what triggered this ugly, brutal clash in which 20 Indian soldiers, including an officer, were killed. And since then, I've spoken to multiple sources who are privy to developments, and they've maintained that the situation remains extremely volatile. Nothing has changed on the ground. No disengagement or de-escalation, it seems, has taken place. Yes, what they have ensured is in multiple meetings since yesterday that at least tempers remain calm and there is no fresh flare-ups.
Okay. no fresh flare-ups, but the priority is going to be on ensuring that there are no more provocations from the Chinese. Let them know very clearly that any more provocations is going to be even more expensive than it already has been for them. Remember, Prime Minister Modi has called for an all-party meeting. In a couple of minutes from now, I'm going to show you exclusive satellite imagery that establishes China's insidious intent more than anything else. Planet Labs satellite imagery have captured what the Patrol Point 14, the Himalayan mountain of blood as we are calling it, looks like just 24 hours after all that carnage took place and all that bloodletting and bloodshed took place. We'll show you how the Chinese never intended to move away from that standoff point, and that is why what happened was premeditated murder of Indian Army soldiers. Sushmita Dev of the Congress Party, Aman Sinha of the BJP, Lieutenant General Sanjay Kulkarni, Shaurya Chakra, hero of Siachen, also with me. Sushmita, I'll come to you first. An all-party meeting has been called by the Prime Minister, 5 p.m., June 19th. It's all now about India versus China, isn't it, Sushmita?
Definitely. I mean, given what Rahul Srivastava said and your other correspondent said, things are clearly not well. And I think it's not enough to say that we have had 43 casualties in China as per our sources. The loss of 20 soldiers and a colonel, I think, is unforgivable.
Yeah.
And there are many questions that remain unanswered, which Mrs. Sonia Gandhi has raised in her address. And I hope that the Prime Minister come through with clarity. If it had not been for the media channels, I don't think there's been a single briefing on the part of the government to know actually what happened. And there is absolutely no doubt about the fact that the Galwan flashpoint, which has clearly been Indian territory since 1962, there has been incursion.
Yeah.
We need clarity. That's extremely important. If you want a consensus, then there has to be clarity. That's all the Congress Party has been saying right from the beginning when this started.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, this didn't happen now. This started from beginning of May, as we are all aware. And
Yeah.
we've been repeatedly asking for a clear picture. And that's extremely important to arrive at a strategy and consensus.
Aman, consensus means a clear picture. It can't be selective. The Congress welcomes the all-party meeting, as do all other parties, but they say, we are with you, we are with the government. This is India against China, not BJP versus China, but there must be total clarity. Will that clarity come at 5 p.m. on June the 19th, Aman?
Shiv, foremost, our salutations to the bravery, valor,
Absolutely.
and supreme sacrifice of our brave soldiers, our brave warriors. And let me again reiterate what Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji stated some time back, and what Army Chief also stated, that their supreme sacrifice will certainly not go in vain. And our soldiers, our brave warriors, we should all be proud that they have laid down their life fighting the enemy and killing several of them.
Yes.
And as you said, it was a complete deceit, deception which happened. Shiv, obviously it's an evolving situation. In a strategic defense situation, there are forces which are in command on ground, and therefore they would certainly decide the next best course of action. But as far as people of India and government of India is concerned, let me assure you and everybody else that government of India has given a complete free hand to Indian Army, to our defense forces and personnel to respond. And make no mistake that if there is any mischief by China, then our forces are going to respond with full might, and the enemy will feel its full force.
Yeah.
And therefore nobody should take anything for granted. And this is the time for all of us to be united.
Okay.
It is not a time to
Unity.
be, political.
Unity is the minimum that we are all
Although
expecting.
I'm not dwelling
We are a
on that.
democracy unlike China. There are many
Oh, yes,
things that we tend to
absolutely.
take for
And-
granted here in this country. We can question our
Oh, yes.
government, unlike China, which
Absolutely.
can, which risks death if they question their government. So we must all, of course, count our blessings about this country. And India today has set an example in terms of reporting this story, despite almost an entire lack of information. Of course, a very, very sensitive issue. It has been an evolving issue, but we must all stand as one on this situation. I want to also bring in Lieutenant General Sanjay Kulkarni, Shaurya Chakra, hero of Siachen, first officer in Siachen as part of Operation Meghdoot. We must all salute him and welcome him. It's a privilege to be in his company. General Kulkarni, you've heard the politicians. All-party meeting scheduled for 5 p.m. on the 19th of June. What should the army expect from the politicians, sir? The army has political backing. The army has been given the powers to act on the ground. But what should the army specifically expect from this all-party meeting?
Army stands for the unity and integrity and the sovereignty of the nation, irrespective of whoever be in the government.
Correct.
We are for the government, and as of date, we stand by the government. There is no denying the fact. The army is apolitical. It doesn't really matter to us who's in power, as long as we get directions, as long as we know what we are supposed to be doing. Imagine, it's an unprecedented situation, unimaginable that such savage activities can be carried out by a neighbor who speaks of being an ancient civilization. It's almost the Stone Age in the 21st century. With that as a backdrop, I assure you, the army, the armed forces, you will not find them wanting on any count, wherever and whoever it may be, because we are trained to ensure the sovereignty of the nation. And moment we have everyone stand behind the army, you just see the morale that goes up. We know there is no question, and I have no doubt in this country of ours that everybody is united when it comes to a national security.
Absolutely.
I have no doubt. I have no doubt about it.
This is the time for unity. You know, Sushmita, your point is very well taken. Rahul Gandhi has also, tweeted to Rajnath Singh right now in another attack. But I want to try and play down the politics for a moment, because here on India Today, as you all know, unlike many other channels, we don't take sides. We report both sides. Aman and Sushmita, you are both aware of that. But I think what General Kulkarni has said, Sushmita, actually cuts to the bone. The time for politics is over. The biggest necessity right now is absolute political unity, because the events of Monday night have completely changed the dynamics of how India must react. Business as usual is a thing of the past.
See, Shiv, let me tell you something, that there is absolutely no doubt that we have to stand with the government and we have to fight back and we have to fight hard. But there will be questions that will be raised in the all.
We've raised them as well, yeah.
That
absolutely.
Where did the diplomacy go wrong after Doklam? Why was our government pandering to China? Because you have to revisit your own foreign policy to know where you went wrong. To have 2 agenda-less summits with the president of China, and now we've lost 20 lives. We have lost 20 lives.
No, but I just want to know. I just want to know one thing. I agree. I agree with you. Those are all questions.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah, finish your point, then I'll ask.
Let me tell you something. Look at the sequence of events. We have Nepal, who has passed a bill and altered the borders. There have been a sequence of events. We cannot stand back and watch this.
Yeah.
We are with the Prime Minister, but at the same time, he must give an explanation and accountability for how we got here.
Every one of the questions that you're asking are questions. Every one of the questions that you're asking are questions that we're asking as well, Sushmita. I simply want.
Whatever action the army and the Prime Minister
takes against China, I think the army, and this is something that I want to say to both the Congress and the BJP. I hope that whatever happens in the run-up to this all-party meeting does not descend into juvenile point scoring. Many of the questions being asked and answered are very important ones, but given the priority for unity right now against China, I hope it isn't going to descend into brownie points and political point scoring. That's what I'm asking. No. Please take my question, ma'am. I am not you-know-who from the other channels who takes sides. I hit on both sides. That's the difference between me and the others.
Listen,
that's
Shiv,
why I'm saying.
Let me tell you something. When a Prime Minister travels to any country in the world, he represents the country as a whole.
Yes.
So the question is, when that diplomacy fails,
yes,
we need to relook at that, all parties together.
I agree.
And we need to look back on where we went wrong.
I agree.
China has taken us for granted. It's not fair what has happened.
Aman,
you and I are debating, but 20 people have died.
Okay, I just think that an all-party meeting being called on an issue like what has happened in China is a big deal in the first place. I am only concerned, given the BJP and the Congress's track record, let me be very clear. As a citizen, I am concerned that unity will not be the end product. I feel that there will be a lot of tutu meme and there will not be any result and China will benefit from it. That's why I want an assurance from both of you, Aman.
Yes, Shiv. You
That it
have my
won't
word
descend.
and you have
Yeah.
seen my statement, you've seen my actions. I did not even name Congress party once. In my opening statement, I said that we have to fight this unitedly. But it is extremely unfortunate that the Congress spokesperson is going on the same rant. The kind of tone, tenor and the actions of Mr. Rahul Gandhi, he's been tweeting and the language of Congress spokesperson here is extremely unfortunate. And
What
people
is-
of this
No, but I
country
didn't want it to
decide,
go
I
on
do not
this.
wish to
I
dwell
didn't
on
want
that.
to go on this
but
track.
the fact is,
Shiv, I started the debate by saying
I also
No,
did
I know,
not
stand with the
and
Prime
therefore I did not
Minister
mention.
in
I know.
giving a reply
Look,
to
this was
China.
my
But it is
fear. This
extremely
was actually my fear.
that the Congress
We
party.
rest
This was my fear. No.
assured
I don't want it to descend to this.
China
But the
coming
fact
here and-
is,
Sushmita and Aman, 20 army men have lost their lives. 20 army men have lost their lives. Please.
Does she want me?
It's a failure
does
of
she want me to
diplomacy.
tell all
Let's-
that? And
let's-
let me tell you, Shiv, who have been following our defense forces and the defense ministry and the strategic issues, etc. You know the kind of reinforcement, the kind of road building which was going on from Indian side, which could not take place for decades and decades. And Chinese were getting rattled because the governments in the past, they used to take a soft view. Not this government. We
But answers have to
certainly
come.
empowered and every answer is going
Look
to
where
come.
they are.
We are accountable to people of this
Absolutely.
country and we'll
No. Let's
The
put
fact
that
is that
let's
we are
put that
in
issue
the
aside now.
middle of a national-
Let's put that issue aside.
We are in
Sushmita,
the middle of a
you've
strategic
said
and
let me mediate on this one. Let me have the last word on this particular issue. The Congress says we stand with the BJP, we stand with the government against China, but questions need to be answered. Aman has said those questions and will be answered to the people. Let's set that issue aside for the moment. I want to go back to Gaurav and General Kulkarni first. General Kulkarni, are you confident that the politicians can keep their differences aside even after such a huge, life-changing, history-changing event like what has happened on Monday night in Ladakh, sir?
Shiv, capacity building takes time. Intentions can change overnight.
Yeah.
And therefore, we require a continuous unity. There's no requirement of a tragedy to unite a country. This tragedy can come anytime, and therefore capacity building takes time. Over the years, we've got to be, and when it comes to the security of the country, we must all stand united. There is no question. There is nothing. It's only the country comes first, always and every time. That's what we are taught in the armed forces. That's what we strictly follow. Country comes first, always and every time.
We've got more breaking news coming in. India's Foreign Minister, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar has responded. He's put out a statement after that phone conversation with his Chinese counterpart. Talking tough, Minister Jaishankar has told his Chinese counterpart what happened in Galwan was premeditated and planned action by China, which was responsible for the sequence of events. It reflected an intention to change facts on the ground. So S. Jaishankar has flung China's message straight back at him. Gaurav, S. Jaishankar talking tough after that phone conversation with the Chinese Foreign Minister.
Shiv, the Chinese are being evil here. What is Wang Yi saying? The Chinese foreign minister seems to indicate that India was at fault, that Indian government needs to admonish our soldiers. The Chinese violated the sanctity of LAC. They came back. They went back on their promise of withdrawing to the other side of Petrol Point 14, and then they want action because they've had between 45 to 50 odd casualties on their side, including the commanding officer, while we've had 20 odd casualties, including our commanding officer on our side. This is a battle of nerves, and External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar, who incidentally was also our ambassador to China and ambassador to United States, knows the devil well, understands the nature of the beast, and he's responding in equal measure, saying it's the Chinese who tried to change the sanctity of the line of actual control and status quo at the LAC, which is wrong. cannot be permitted. So it's the Chinese that need to step back. So Shiv, this is an eyeball to eyeball confrontation.
Yes.
Diplomatically, it remains to be seen who blinks first. But Shiv, if I may, just a quick 30-seconder.
Yes, yes.
When there's a Congress versus BJP happening right now, it only benefits China. We've lost territory between 1999 and 2004 when there was a BJP government. That's the time that the Chinese built the track to Finger 4. We've also lost territory between 2004 and 2014 when there was Manmohan Singh government, a UPA government, and General Kulkarni will bear me out. So please, let's not have a Congress versus BJP. This is China that is doing salami slicing of our territory. Let this be the last time. Thus far and no further. Fight back and take our territory without any Congress versus BJP on this.
Total transparency required from the Modi government. Many questions that must be answered, but there cannot be any brownie point scoring. There cannot be any tutu meme. General Kulkarni, what Gaurav is saying is true. The only people who will benefit from BJP and Congress bickering over this all-party meeting will be the Chinese.
Absolutely. There is no question. That is why you find much that there may be an autocratic nation where things don't come out, but that's where they are and that's how they are. When it comes to the national security, they all stand united. It's everywhere. Only within, sometimes in our country, you find all kinds of voices coming up. It is not good. I am of the opinion that when it comes to the nation comes first, always and every time. There is no question, and I'm sure there isn't a question. All of us, I say all of us, will stand united, are united, will remain united when it comes to fighting. But again, let me tell you,
yes,
capacity building takes time. So to build capacity, we must stay united always and every time when it comes to national security. You don't need a tragedy for it.
48 hours from now, that all-party meeting is going to happen. India has talked tough. This is a situation that has evolved dynamically day on day. The government has been accused of not putting out enough information. Here on India Today, we've questioned the government and asked for more information, and we've done some fabulous independent reporting to put the truth on the story on your screens every single day. We even broke the story about the Ladakh brawl. General Kulkarni, Sushmita Dev and Aman Sinha, thank you very much for joining me. We will support the politicians who stand united because this is about India and China. We will ask the questions, we will report the story, but let's remember we are also Indians.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.